So certainly that's evolved over time. When I first started the business, again, I was quite young, but I was born and raised in Kitchener. So I thought, okay, so who are people that I haven't accessed, but I'm sure I know a ton of people being born and raised here. So what I did, and at that time was quite popular, were trade shows and were booths. They nicknamed me the booth queen in our office because I was out all the time. All the time, any trade show that was there, anywhere that I could get my face out there, because I'm thinking if I'm there in the community, I'm going to recognize people, they're going to recognize me. And what a phenomenal opportunity, especially for me to go up market. Because when you're 24, 25 years old, there isn't a lot of 24, 25-year-olds out there that have a tremendous amount of money or need a tremendous amount of financial planning. They just need to start something. And then it became, okay, so if I want to start to build on my skill set and use my skill set, I need to be in a different, launch into a different demographic, for lack of better words. And oftentimes when you start businesses, there isn't a lot of money. So I would always look for freebies and thought, okay, so every Saturday at that time in the KW record, there was a whole listing of events that were happening the following week. So I would look at that religiously, and thank goodness my dad had a subscription to the record, so I didn't have to pay for it. And so I would look and see it. So whatever was free, I would do myself. So I would call the organizer and say, hey, could I set up a table? I'll give a prize away. I'll do a raffle. This is what I would like to do. Set up some information, educate the public. What do you think? Can I come on board? And I never got a no. Then when it was a little bit more expensive, then I would find a partner in the office and say, hey, did you want to partner with me on this? I didn't want too many people involved because that brings drama, as we all know. So I was trying to keep it as simple as possible. There were some of the bigger trade shows that the office was involved in, so we'd all pitch in and we'd all have different shifts at the trade shows. So that was huge for me because one thing I'm very proud about is I've never made a cold call my entire career. So that would have been the most of the cold call, was the fact that I had a chance to have a conversation with them at the booth, got them to fill out a ballot for whatever raffle we were doing, had a conversation about what we did, what was important to them, and then as soon as they left, I would make notes on that so I wouldn't forget, and then I would call them and I would follow up the following day. So that really helped out quite a bit was the booths. And the second thing, and we still that happens to us quite often now, is referrals. I'm very, very proud to say that we have built our business from day one, from client number one, organically. All between the booths and now is all referrals that come through. There has been no merger or acquisition. I've tried a few times and it didn't work out for me, unfortunately. But I can sit in front of you proudly now telling you it's all been organic, one client at a time. So that's pretty exciting. So definitely referrals are big for us. Another thing that has happened lately for us would be seminars. We've done some public seminars. Prior to COVID, they were in person. During COVID, we did some virtually, and I'm not a virtual person. To stand in front of a computer, like I need people's energy. I need to talk to people. I need to see people's faces. I need to see their eyes. I need to see their smiles. And so the virtual thing's not for me. So but the public seminars has worked out very, very well for us as well. Media has. One of my key goals when I first started was to be a brand name in the Kitchener, Waterloo, Cambridge community, as if you needed any type of financial advice, you go see Irene Vasallo. And so I did a lot of clips on local TV. I did the financial planning tip of the day on the radio stations for many, many years. I do lots of sponsorships. Now we're very strategic, knowing what our mission, vision statements are, our ideal clients. We align ourselves with our community partners in order to that demographic that we're looking for. So we do a lot of sponsorships with the chamber, both in KW and in Cambridge as well. Volunteer opportunities. Prior to getting married, I volunteered a lot, was on a lot of board of directors, built some pretty fantastic relationships that I still call my friends today. They're still clients today as well. Then, of course, you get married, you have kids, you're still running a business, there's not a whole lot of time. So then you give back financially in those periods of time. And then as my kids started to get a little bit older and I had a little bit more time, so now it becomes, okay, so the volunteer opportunities start to switch or shift, I guess, into kids activities. And it's like, okay, so, it's more dealing with schools, being on school councils. And then eventually my kids are now 16 and 9. So they're starting to get to an age that they're more independent. So after that, that'll start to become, okay, where else am I going to go in the community? So we're starting to shift our lenses. But again, anything that we do moving forward, it's all about impactful. How are we going to impact people's lives? How it's got to be meaningful. And now I think about is legacy. It's like, what kind of legacy can we leave behind in a community that has been so good to us, and I'm so grateful for that.